For the longest time, the warehouse has just been seen as a cost center, right? It's just a necessary expense you have to deal with in the supply chain. But what if it could be your company's biggest strategic advantage? Today, we're going to dive into how AI is completely flipping the script on fulfillment, turning these warehouses into super smart, self-optimizing hubs. And we're going to use AI platform Hopstack as our guide to really get our heads around this huge shift. So here's the game plan for today. We're going to start with a core problem that honestly almost every modern warehouse is facing. Then we'll look at the huge philosophical shift that's changing everything. We'll pop the hood on the AI engine to see how it works, see how it connects all the pieces, and then, the best part, we'll get to the results that really matter, the impact on the bottom line. Okay, so let's set the stage here. Why is this change even necessary? Well, the short answer is that the old way of doing things is basically hitting a brick wall, especially with the crazy demands of modern e-commerce. I want you to think about this for a second. Is your fulfillment process a source of delays, errors, and just rising costs? For so many businesses, the answer is a huge yes. The systems that run most warehouses today just weren't built for the speed and complexity we see now. They end up becoming the bottleneck that slows down the entire business. And at the very heart of this problem is the traditional warehouse management system, the WMS. It's really just a digital ledger that runs on a bunch of fixed, preset rules. Think of it like a traffic system that only uses stop signs. Sure, it knows where stuff is, but it can't adapt to changing conditions on the fly. Every complex decision, like figuring out the best way to pick a tricky order, still falls on a person to figure out, and that's just slow and super inefficient. And this brings us to the real light bulb moment, the core conceptual shift. The solution isn't just about getting slightly better software. It's a completely new philosophy for running things. It's all about moving from just reacting to problems to actually predicting and preventing them before they even happen. And when you put them side by side, the difference is, well, it's night and day. A traditional WMS is always looking in the rearview mirror. It only tracks what has happened. An AI platform, though, is looking ahead through the windshield. Instead of those static rules, it uses dynamic AI models that are constantly learning and adapting. Instead of needing a human to make every call, it automates the optimization. It doesn't just track what happened yesterday, it's actively forecasting what you'll need tomorrow. This is the leap from digital bookkeeping to true operational intelligence. So when we throw around the term AI, what are we actually talking about? It's easy to just dismiss it as another buzzword, so let's get specific. We're going to break down the 3 core pillars that make up this intelligent engine and see how they actually automate all those complex decisions right there on the warehouse floor. Okay, first up, inventory intelligence. Instead of just sticking an item wherever there's an empty shelf, the AI uses what's called dynamic slotting. It's constantly analyzing which items are flying off the shelves and tells workers to move them to the most accessible spots. That alone minimizes so much travel time. Second, you have order orchestration. For every single group of orders, the AI calculates the absolute fastest, most efficient path for a worker or a robot to take. This can cut picking time by 30, even 40%. And third, there's predictive labor. The system looks at historical order data and compares it to, say, an upcoming sale you're running, and it can predict exactly how many people you'll need on the next shift. No more costly overstaffing or crippling bottlenecks. All right, so the AI is smart, right? But how does it actually fit into a real-world warehouse that's already got its own software, maybe some robots, some scanners? Well, the key is that it's designed to be the central brain, the thing that connects all those separate pieces into one unified system that actually works together. The platform is what we call vendor agnostic, which is just a fancy way of saying it doesn't care what systems you already have. It acts as this central orchestration layer, pulling order data from your Shopify store, syncing inventory with your ERP like NetSuite, and directing both your human workers and your robots on the floor, whether they're autonomous mobile robots or AMRs, or those automated guided vehicles, AGVs. It completely gets rid of those data silos, creating one single source of truth for your entire fulfillment operation. So the technology is smart and it's all connected, but what does that actually mean for the business? Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road. Let's get to the most important part, the results, the actual return on investment. The impact is felt across the 3 biggest levers you can pull in any warehouse: your labor, your inventory, and the physical capacity of your building. And we're not talking about small tweaks here. We're talking about huge improvements across the board. So let's break down what these numbers really mean. First up, labor. A 20 to 40% reduction in labor costs is
Well, it's massive. And here's the really crucial point. This isn't about replacing people. It's about making your people drastically more efficient. Remember those optimized pick paths we talked about? That means less walking and more picking. Intelligent task batching means no more standing around. You simply get more done with the exact same team.
Next up, accuracy. By guiding workers and using things like barcode scans to validate every single step, human error is pretty much eliminated. Getting to over 99.9% order accuracy means way fewer costly returns, fewer reshipments, and, most importantly, happier customers who keep coming back. This is a direct boost to both your reputation and your profit margin. Now this one is my favorite. A 30 to 50% increase in operational capacity. Just think about what that means. You can ship up to 50% more orders out of your existing building. For a company that's growing, this is an absolute game changer. It means you can delay or maybe even completely avoid the multi-million-dollar expense of building or leasing a whole new facility. And here it is, the bottom line, straight from the source. For typical mid-sized business, all of this adds up to somewhere between $200,000 and $500,000 in savings every single year. And that's just from making labor more efficient and cutting down on errors. That doesn't even factor in the massive value of that increased capacity we just talked about. The ROI here is just crystal clear.
So we'll end with this thought. We've gone from a warehouse that needs constant babysitting and human intervention to one that intelligently manages itself. This isn't just about making things a little bit better. It's about fundamentally changing the role of fulfillment in a business. The question is no longer how much is my warehouse costing me? It's now, how much value can my intelligent warehouse create?